Omampanya bi de akire Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia wada tudwa wo kire se ewum se nema bebre akutia empuntuo covid o ma boso a Russia and Ukraine tokwa ende keka ho so wonu mina achi NPP aban ekoso a eye do betum se de be ya di empuntuo ene enkoso ebeba na wode nsem ko tudwa abra na wakasa wo centenary anniversary Salvation Army Ghana Church na Dr. Bobo ni man bebre so o se free 2017 anado ene NPP aban beta kunwa so yi o ma ye bi papa do akafa Ghana card huni.
And it is important that in the midst of the economic crisis that we find ourselves, that many countries across the globe find themselves, it is important we recognize how far the Lord has brought us. For the first time in our history, we have successfully issued a national ID card with a unique identity. This is the Ghana card. Through this card, we found 14,000 ghost workers at the National Service Scheme. And we have saved government 112 million Ghana cedis every year by finding this. Through this card, the Social Security and National Insurance Trust found ghost pensioners, and since 2018 has saved 347 million Ghana cedis.
We enye empuntuo no ebia na we Dr. Bawumia wo kire se ghost names enipa ni horo mo so boso so a na aban atue sika de mankofu bi na wo ma cha gumbotom wadi abra obi anya dwuma se nipa na wuo so wote ase se obi akora ni hokora che se maame watam o se motia na edin hwehwe sa ne nkofu ogidi enam Ghana card ne so ama aban atime akora sika ya esom eye Ghana CDC opepem ahasa aduanan enson ya sika wo se nyina nke waste kan kwofo agye dikwa enti aboa pa afa wo man enti anamon a aban so atuo ede aboa one district one factory.
For the first time in our history, Ghana is implementing one district one factory. Our government has facilitated the establishment of more factories than any other government since independence. For the first time in the history of the Fourth Republic, we have established an automobile industry with vehicles like VW, Toyota, Nissan, Peugeot, Sinotruk, all being assembled in Ghana. For the first time in our history, Ghana has paperless clearing at the ports.
And the canon Kaoniama ebe drupot na o babe ya fa ha kwa ha fa koma officer we bia punu we kwa bra kwa ne bra na nkrata twitwi de mu atete ya fara hodo ni nyina wa yiri nyina fra ma sese bibia e paperless bibia contemporantem e wo port ne ma yi mu enu achi sesi an wa chese free 1957 edeba aban bia no hodo mu a watimi bia factories e wo Ghana han mu e che na nado aban ti aban ye bi ene de wa ye wo kwa cars hodo ya e wa monane wo mo plant ahodo e ba ni nanso abobosu bia ne tese aban ahokyere nyina mu waye bi pa afese ne a waye e dia fa Ghana passport ho.
We have digitized the process of passport acquisition. So today you can apply for your passport from home, and when it is done, it will be delivered to you at home. For the first time in our history, Ghana has digitized the process of obtaining a driver's license. It is a world-class service. For the first time in our history, Ghana has implemented the Ghana.gov platform, a one-stop shop for public service delivery. We have onboarded 1,018 government agencies on the platform. So if you want to apply for anything, go to Ghana.gov, make the application, pay, and you will get it. You don't have to contact anybody or pay any bribes.
Eti honorable why when you na ko secretary call your book ni nyina we twam na chese aban aye bi pa DVL bibia wutifie computer wonu bi a onana bi kura ni computer kura timi mo ye ma na wo driver license na ye ready passport yen ko sala bio wo ye ready pen no ma fro no what say de wade abro na say aban aye bi papa afi national health insurance nso ya akọ edama adesuafo ene students loans no nyina wo se NPP aban wo mo abom hodene pa ewo.
For the first time in our history, Ghanaians can renew their NHIS membership from their mobile phones. They don't have to go anywhere. For the first time in our history, Ghanaian students can apply for student loans without the need for a guarantor. All they need is their Ghana card. For the first time in our history, Ghanaians and law enforcement can find out the insurance status of any vehicle on their mobile phone using the motor insurance database. So if I dial the USSD code and put in any vehicle number, I will know whether it is insured or not insured.
Enti kaya insurance e wo ho ani de bi ne ho nyina obetimi atra no wine bibia ne nyina eye car nanso eye empuntuo ene kofa bente aban aye afa moment de aban timi aye e de afa ambulance a wode ama constituency bia e wo Ghana ha no mo na afi pensioners akana no musika bosum ya so old man anase oledi de kakra kwagye no bro bebre na chese bi okra de butumi fu ana butumi pa ba wo se ne enka kra sese bibia sa enho bia aye contemplantem e wo ne giemu.
Universities. For the first time in our history, Ghanaian pensioners can obtain their SNIT pension just 10 days after making the application. For the first time in our history, Ghana has implemented a nationwide e-pharmacy. We are one of the few countries in the world to have a nationwide e-pharmacy. And when you go to the hospital and you are given a prescription, you can go to the e-pharmacy and find which pharmacy has the medicine and know how much it is. You can order for it, pay for it online, and it can be delivered to you at home.
Angel 102.9.
Anu achi edura ho kire brem no aban enkoa ne Ghana bakosem no otimi ema ensuo free so obia no nsuo ya wontu aka aban sa ma electricity free baby a mo anan kofo ntimi ntua ni nyina aban we waso mpe na apede ben.
Not insured. For the first time in our history, Ghanaians were provided free electricity for lifeline consumers for a whole year during the height of the COVID pandemic. For the first time in our history, Ghanaians were provided 50% reduction in electricity tariffs for non-lifeline consumers during the height of the COVID-19 pandemic. And for the first time in our history, Ghanaians were provided free water for a whole year during the height of the COVID-19 pandemic. For the first time in our history, government has provided free Wi-Fi to most senior high schools, 42 colleges of education, and 13 public universities. Not in.
Dr. Baumia was say kwa wabeka sasa na news no anka yenwie ne. Na for the first time in history bi and Zongo Development Fund and also omutimi dibi ebai.
One ambulance. For the first time in our history, we've implemented the Zongo Development Fund. For the first time in our history, childhood cancers are now covered by the NHIS. Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time in our history, we are implementing free vocational and technical education, and we have established the Ghana TVET service. And for the first time in our history, our government has implemented free senior high school to help our population. So, ladies and gentlemen, notwithstanding the current economic challenges, we have a lot to thank the Lord for. We are transforming this country, and we are putting in place the systems to do so. We believe by the grace of God, we will get out of this economic crisis, but we will continue soldiering on like the Salvation Army continues to soldier on.
This is Angel 102.9.
Enti Dr. Mahmudu Baumia Ghana Mampani ya Facebook for waka said na ibinum abon mbrane say for the first time in history. O say
I abedi achire.
na bedi achire, mampana bedi achire. Enti na atwa hwe Facebook no so. Waka said na ibinum bedika for the first time in history no aka be so. It's said for the first time in history. Lecture no edina that's one for the first time in history. Na aye kama pa. Na mum we be se menka Dr. Bawumia say Dr. Urefri Bakon. For the first time in history, $1 is to 10 cedis. Yeah, quite Kumasi, Biona, Regional Security Council, Ayabambo, Tukuyo Moshe, Asantemano, Eswo, one more, and Methodist Church, and Penny 4, one more, a woman, Shia. Yeah, one more name and Shia, and another mind for bedroom, Kumasi, Traditional Council. Yeah, what Tiakunyamu, a Bantamahene. Na eno na masha say ya mo hwe otum say asofo kuku dampa bishop akese enyina adi makotre pa na ye nsem twani Bismarck Mensa wono so e wo hobi de ama asofo ne nananom ni petitre nte se asin konwa eye owura akwase adawo dike na so me kakan fa galamse ni ndi ahemfo frafrae ni nwanatwa ni nsaguo ni nasotwe ni ne chopa ni mu radio station ntumu ni nyina ya kan nyina frapra ko ni agya ni nyina mu e de ama yensem training na waboye mu Bismarck em akwa ba e de ba orgasm no soso say the ball is in your court.
We idea me do so far do ba Kumasi sentiment titiru menhia
Bismarck boy mu de e koso ho ye hwe bi o TV so de
if you send your can boss be brain and now ana odike ekoka nsem bi e wo FM ema nanana ma omo asantema ntempti to Kumasi ha no e sori se be ya oyepa fo no entu omo radio no mu akopem se omo betimi aka asem no awie if you na no pay be don't do ba ko ne fa no ana nanam nyina e betena ase make say nanano egusu e kasa bo kuma kasa awie nifa kasa awie Abrimponso Gusukasa, and Chidom Hine, so Ekasa. Now, if you had the young one say, would the Kadia when Timmy and me Pimuaha, now or a pa and penny for and another pay, you know, or my Pimo Mensia, Eddie Chopper, Abrotum for say almost Roma, the Udikebakan or Mofidisono, and Chay, into the Chopper. Now, answer with Chopper, Ebabano, or Muduko see as a Corman Pahinaso, say as a Corman Pahine, almost a Kunyamu, or more no numanum. Now for Mensia, I answer her as of 4 or more matter this so no, a cuckoo dam. Nemo do manum a most reverend Imanasante, and indeed as of for any Romina by Mensia. Now Mucasinum, I know which I say, or Mona Nanum, Anyadi, into Musse Nananum and then 2 4, so 2 4 dibim. Now, as some now would decay ever to the so a cayeno, a idea, and Chaye cry into Musse Nananum Fante, na Ebisa, Entimi, and Sibium. So if you make us say Chidom Hine and a Casano Mutu Mufo, say I am for 42 as a sentimentum or Masamba Radio Sua or Motion ye now almost soon anchor, Nanya and Sembiana, I was a worker, Nemo or Asama or Sawaka, and it will be a summon Casawaka. This will do the Kilkayano, a dear, one can year cry, was Untimi and found for the Nanamunina say, including Opin so, say impo, so what you or so many of course and in some kind of idea and tray into the Munina, a chere or 2 4 a bantam mahine or tackle the drum set or say Nananum and Fanta now if you know or Muntu Mufu, Lady Bessibiano, or Madia Yechominano in German. Make us say bantam mahine or tear German in Yankaside in the moment Nanama Mukano and a 2 amount for you for I can send a kind sem and I say a 2 and penny 4 if you are a part by for the moment or the Kadia. On to me, I'm a PM. I make us say, also, Mukasi, if you were Mukasa, Kumasi RCC, Council, no, Emra. After not with the minister and penny for you now, so about including DJ4 and penny 4, our Hama, Omina, 80 and 7 and edible to an area.
Bismarck, I'll bet you Mukaka Gusua, I didn't know NGTV so and Facebook, Angel 102.9 FM, Accra. Now, who said, we are so for no, I say, one more bishop and Tardiano, Fita woman, and one more chair, yeah, Violet Noir. Nana my funina will be able to. I have some food for Bintumina, a fret in Tumono, and now some unity and Nomina about Tumuno. Now, no number 1, as a bishop told me, yeah, regional security council, no, one more ban haba, wɔn ba bɛpɛ kyɛw de ama odike anaasɛ wɔn ka otumfoɔ na anaasɛ na namayɛfo bɛdwa na so twe ɔde ma odike no ho ɛhɔ nso te sɛn
efiri ba da se unu sɛ manhyia ha no ansa na yɛbɛka asɛm biara no ubɔ tuntum no aba na akyerɛ sɛ asɛm no ɛyɛ ade a ɛyɛ anibresɛm ɛno nti ntumi mfa atade biara ɛnhyɛ titiri kente ɛnhyɛ ɛmfa mɛtena manhyia a ɛbra yɛka asɛm no sɛ basa na ɛbɔ tuntum ana yɛde ba manhyia sɛ ɛne kyerɛ sɛ nananom ani abere ɛwɔ asɛm no a ɔmo ɛde abɛtɔ ɔmo anim no so asɛm a ɔmo ba bɛka ho asɛm no ɛyɛ asɛm a ɛyɛ anibresɛm wọ́n sẹ́ nánú no efiri wa ọmọ hyia yẹn no ọmọ kà so ọmọ nkọ́ ọmọ akyi na ọmọ nfa bim a emu oduru mmra ẹnu na ọmọ ayẹ a ọmọ bọ ọyẹpa si wọn aba so sẹ wẹ́n na kyerɛ sɛ wɔyɛ santen efi sɛ baabi a ɔde akɔfefa no a akɔfa asɔkɔre mampɔhene so no ɛne asɔfoɔ nyinaa aba no ɛn na kyerɛ sɛ yɛ si wa ɔyɛ ɔyɛpa no ɔyɛ santeni a dibi ma anasɛ ɛfɔ ɔmɔ di no ɛkyɛ sɛ ɔyɛ ade a emu oduru yie nti no ɔmo ntumi ntwoma no ɛwɔ fam efiri wa ɛn na kyerɛ sɛ tuntum no anibire SM na mmom no regional minister ọba yẹn de fira mintimi nkyerɛ bi sɛ nananom hyia no ɔmo to nsɛm na babɔnten sɛ ɛnɛ dwada yi ɔmo hia regional political council minister ɛne ne namanfoɔ nyinaa no ɛwɔ ma hyia minim sɛ afutu bi na ɔmo de betu wɔ mu sɛ asɛm na nananom bɛbɛka kyerɛ wɔ mu ɛfa TV so radio so nsɛm a ɛkɔ so nyinaa no deɛ anasɛ sɛ mine na anasɛ galamsey ɛkɔ so nyinaa no ahom bɛka wasɛm kyerɛ ne deɛ a ɛne de fira mintimi nkyerɛ sesiye
yo ya da se pa yensem twerɛ ne Bismarck Mensa amane boy ya ɛfa wodike ensem ho no na yɛde abrɛmu no
abusuafo yenkɔ yanim ebiemu na kane mampanyin bosu kena John Dramani Mahama wono so ede semi ede atodwa etwerɛmu sɛ NPP aban no 419 pa sa wo mu bedada wo my Ghana opanyin no etwerɛmu a ensampa ya mampanya kufuado ene Dr. Baumia eka ye ansa na wonom eba aban emu ya enei sikasam akwakwa bibia ho aya basa ya wo mu kyerɛmu sɛ ɛyɛ Russia ene Ukraine entokwa ene COVID ene desa ho kyerɛ nyina aba no na kyerɛ sɛ wo hu nipa na wasuro no kane kura no no omudi ahye wono kane mampanyin John Dramani Mahama si wono eno ode ahokyere nyina ba my Ghana enei eno asesa eno omudi akwakwahye eye Russia eno Ukraine entokwa ena afa COVID enso omatwa ho ede abia ho wose abanyi nka no kure bako NDC amanyo kodima lawyerfo wo mu kodi nhyiamu kese pa ena JDM ede ensemi atudwa.
Our motherland is in deep crisis. Our economy is in a dire situation. Our economic fortunes deteriorate with every passing day. And this places our democracy in danger by the stress that it places on our people in respect of their daily survival. Ghana is facing an unprecedented economic tailspin of runaway inflation, which is currently measured at above 30%, a fast depreciating currency trading above 10 cedis to $1, an unsustainable debt burden exceeding 90% of GDP, with the inclusion of the recent Bank of Ghana financing of the debts, the AfriExim facility recently approved by Parliament, the Sino Hydro loan, and the collateralization of our debt fund and our energy sector levy. This threat to the progress of our dear country is completely self-inflicted by a government that has proved to be the greatest political scam in the history of the Fourth Republic.
This is Angel 102.9.
Etira trese ensam no ena ba abeto dwa no kane mampanyin bosu kena John Dramani Mahama.